In 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for? 40 years. I'm nostalgic for experiences I had last year. Privacy? I hope this won't be the case. Steering wheel. Their childhoods. As always, every generation always believes the decade of their upbringing was the things were so much simpler and easier. Days. Fish. Sanity. In all seriousness. Public. Natural beauty. Too many people. Pristine spots turned to tourist destinations all over the world. Nothing is sacred anymore. DreamWorks movies lol. CDs and shopping at a store looking at CDs. Spring and fall instead of cold as shit and on fire. Dubstep. Small, local businesses, like mom and pop shops. They're closing left and right in my area. Going outside without wearing a fallout suit. Do you remember going outside? Breathe fresh air. Without a mask. No variants. TBH, probably the feeling of a real book. Cars with combustion engines, cars that you have to drive yourself. A world without immersive VR. I just assume that immersive VR will be much more prominent in the future. Just like smartphones are today, even though they only came about in the mid-late 2000s. This pandemic, the next one won't be so pretty. YouTube dislike button. Adventure Time. US democracy. Clean drinking water. Life. Pandas. And a bunch of other extinct animals. Antibiotics. A normal climate. Water. The pre-COVID era. A house to live in. Headphone jack. Toys. Always toys, masks, cable TV, going to the movies, iPhones, iPads, gaming consoles, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. Your favorite music, movies and TV shows are now. Snow. Democracy. Knowing what the polar ice caps look like. Anonymity. The Nintendo Switch. Definitely lots of music. Snow. Fidget spinners. Back in my day we could cure mental illness with some piece of plastic that spins. The original MCU movies. Games. Blue sky. Fresh fruits and vegetables. Nothing. I believe that we're all some kind of fillers between the actual history and something huge which is yet to happen. Log fires. The events of 30 to 35 years from now. A life which isn't controlled by a totalitarian state. Items like chocolate chips that didn't cost a shit ton of money. COVID. Traditional screens. Democracy. Freedom. The ability to own things. Democracy in the US. Plastic-free seafood. Privacy. They will be nostalgic for when people were allowed to see each other in person. Forests. Clean water. A planet that isn't on fire. Normal people. Internal combustion engine sports cars. Being **** allowed *** to drive your own car. Regardless of whether crime rates go up or down, there will always be a sizable contingent of folks who will believe that things were safer back in the day. Interacting with people in the real world. Clean air. Real food. Privacy. Lol. Human contact. Privacy. Earth. Drinkable water from the tap. Earth. Fresh air. Clean water. Privacy and weather that makes sense. Getting shown Shrek because your teacher didn't want to do anything. Earth. Coral in the sea. Quality food. Personal space. Solitude. Honestly. Instagram. Most social media. Reddit. Even. I honestly doubt most of the SNS apps popular today will be around in the future. Tap water. Running water. Lol. Democracy. Unions. Voting. The weekend. Grocery stores. A climate. The peace and quiet of no drones flying constantly overhead. Petrol and diesel cars. Life before AI took over. In America, probably freedom. Non-digital money. Unlimited tap water. Nature. Real meat. Winter. 40 years. Individuality. By that time, we'll be so interlinked our personal identity will be a complicated idea. Probably TikTok or some shit. See life after it all dies from global warming. Winter. Fresh, clean air. Confused face. Not being incarcerated for having an opinion. Ownership. Everything is moving towards rental, subscription services for every conceivable item in our lives. Remember when you could just walk in someplace and not have to show papers? The innocence of Squid Game. The ability to own a home. Integrity. $4 gas. Autonomy. A good-sounding V8, V10 engine. Snow days. I doubt snow days are going to be a thing going forward. Kids will just have remote learning days. Which blows because snow days were the absolute best. $5 footlongs. Affording a house. Mountain Dew. No way does that delicious poison outlast the desire for a healthy future. Masks apparently with how adamant everyone is and maybe their 356th COVID shot. Probably IDK. Air conditioning, life in the ocean, unflooded lands and food. The Earth. The COVID-19 vaccine for the unvaccinated ones that survived but suffer from extreme long-term effects that could have been avoided with the vaccine. Fresh air. Bitcoin. Driving your own car. I imagine that by then the car will do the driving for us. Getting to sit inside all day and therefore saving lives, instead of being a jobless idiot who never goes outside. PlayStation 5. Fortnite, and not just old Fortnite. Water, sunlight, green things that grow. Freedom. Not having to get vaccinated every year. Dislike button. Their right to decide what they put in their own body. The right to reproduce. Any rights at all really. Independence from government. Human freedom, if we keep going down the political lockdowns and restrictions path. Something that hasn't happened yet. Oxygen. I bet the next generations will fetish and romanticize the whole COVID masks and shut down. Trump. Being afraid at every newscast telling them they will die if they don't wear a mask that actually has no protective qualities. They will have to amuse themselves by creating fear all by themselves. Social distancing. I miss it already, and with population number going the way they are, it's not likely to be possible in certain cities. Haha, it's kind of nostalgic right now. Pleading face. Facebook. Simple life crying. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.